Chadwick Boseman, a personality like no other. One of his most memorable moments in his career, besides other projects, was his role of the Black Panther in the MCU. He appeared in 4 different movies and left a mark of himself in all of our hearts. Fans all over the world were struck when the bad news came, and his passing at the age of 43. He brought the Black Panther to life with his talent, and today, we have some of the best scenes of Black Panther in the MCU. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Black Panther arrives, Captain America: Civil War. Despite not being the only new face on the block, he was not overshadowed by the appearance of Peter Parker, Spider-Man, on the big screen. This time as part of the MCU, Black Panther pounced right from the start. The future king of Wakanda made an incredible impression on all of us from the very beginning. And his showing as part of the gang during Captain America: Civil War, fans all around the world have noticed the character and were overwhelmed by it, to say the least. T'Challa was able to use this familiarity platform to become the greatest, most popular characters in the cinematic history. And even though he was showed up and made his first impression at the signing of the Sokovia Accords, it was the monument when he got into the suit and fought the Winter Soldier. The moment when he was truly announced in the MCU. He looked so cool, pummeling the Winter Soldier, an introduction that any superhero would like. Put together with a car chase scene, is one of the best for sure. T'Challa spares Zemo's life. Captain America: Civil War. While we are at the Civil War movie, T'Challa came to Vienna with no intentions of fighting, going to war, or even suiting up. But the events demanded different actions. Seeing Bucky being framed for the explosion and the death of his father, he swore of revenge, earning him a place on the Iron Man team. He had no intentions of involving himself in the politics between Tony and Steve. He was there to kill the Winter Soldier. After finding that Bucky was actually framed and was involved in a much bigger plan, his hatred and anger were supposed to turn to Zemo, the real at-fault about his revenge. But he acted as the true hero would, despite not killing Zemo. He actually stopped him from killing himself, and didn't let vengeance consume him like Zemo did. One of the best scenes when it comes to characters of the Black Panther.
My son was excited. He could see the Iron Man from the car window. I told my wife, don't worry.
Taking the Infinity Stones, Avengers: Infinity War. Even though the snap from Thanos was expected, no one would have thought that Black Panther would be one of the people who got dusted. But after Hulk used the gauntlet to bring the heroes back, T'Challa, Black Panther, played a big role in the mission they had of keeping the Infinity Gauntlet away from the Mad Titan. Many played their role in this, but his scene was one of the most impactful, as we could have seen him in action right in the middle of things, handling it in a very good manner, charging through the battlefield with his new suit, absorbing and then releasing all the power to lay waste on all of his enemies around him and in his path.
Grit! Give it to me.
The Astral Plane. Black Panther. In the Black Panther solo movie, we can see T'Challa starting his journey of both the King of Wakanda after the death of his father and the Black Panther, a guardian of his people. The two of the most crucial elements in the movie are actually family and legacy, which are the strongest themes in it. There were many things that Wakanda showed us, but the Astral Plane was one of the best things, a place where you are able to speak with the dead. We can see what it means to be able to see your loved ones at least one more time, and the feelings and emotions that come with it. This is where T'Challa experiences whether he has what it takes to be a king, and confronts all of the wrongs his father did in the past. One of the most touching scenes in the whole movie.
And it's hard for a good man to be king.
On your left, Avengers: Endgame. The worst kept secret by Marvel over the course of the 12 months between the last 2 movies of the Avengers was the inevitable return of their superheroes after Thanos snapped his fingers. Everyone knew they were coming back, but no one knew how. When Captain America stood face to face with the whole of Thanos' army, he was obliged with a portal opening from Doctor Strange, and the first hero coming through it was T'Challa, the Black Panther, standing before him ready to take a stand and fight together with Earth's mightiest heroes for another time. Being the first coming through the portal shows us just how big is the importance of the character in the MCU. The South Korea car chase, Black Panther. Even though the Russo brothers made one hell of an appearance for the Black Panther, during his solo movie right after his mission fails in South Korea, Black Panther is forced to play his hand. From the moment when he jumps on the roof of a remotely controlled car by Shuri, everybody knew we were in for a treat. As the scene of the Black Panther chasing Ulysses Klaue through the streets blew our minds off. Every second through it, we were also shown of what is the Black Panther capable of, and how strong he really is. And as a plus, we were also shown a technology like no other from Wakanda, a technology for which they will be known for in the future. Defending his crown, Black Panther. One of the most memorable moments in the solo movie, Black Panther was also the crowning of the new king T'Challa. After following their tradition, the coronation platform became the one for challengers of the throne, and M'Baku, the leader of the Jabari tribe, who challenged T'Challa for the throne. M'Baku, being the bigger and more powerful man, carried a serious threat to T'Challa. However, despite the beating T'Challa took, he managed to stand firm, defending both his right to the throne and the honor of his family. When he could have killed M'Baku, he asked him to yield the duel, showing his humanity and mercy, so that the Jabari tribe will not be left alone without its leader, even though his own life was on the line. Racing Captain America, Avengers Infinity War. Even though T'Challa had a big part in guarding the gauntlet in the Endgame movie, he had an even bigger role in the Infinity War, as he was the one that opened the gates for our heroes to take shelter and suffer much less of a loss on their side. T'Challa, knowing the potentially fatal but ultimately necessary decision to open the doors to Thanos' forces, keeping the fight in front of them instead of allowing them to reach vision from behind, had to be one of the most sacrificial decisions he had to make first for him and for his people, who were also put in danger. Not only did T'Challa lead his troops into battle, he was also the first one to face the Outriders who breached the border. Fighting in the first line of defense, showing courage like no one else, is an example of what he will do to save his people and protect them. A touching scene in all of the chaos happening around him. His triumphant return to the battlefield, Black Panther. After winning the first duel against M'Baku, he was again challenged by Eric Killmonger, his cousin who was also aiming for the throne. In the duel, T'Challa was bested and fell, coming very close to his death, and after the victory, the new king in Jadaka took the throne and prepped the country for war. All the while, T'Challa was kept on ice and nursed back to health. His return on the big screen was a moment of passion and heart, which each one of the loyal to him desperately needed. After his absence for the time being, coming close to death did not make him vulnerable, but rather even stronger, and willing to fight for his honor, for the throne, for his family, and his nation. A proud moment of the Black Panther, which everyone could see.
And as you can see, I am not dead. All that challenge shit is over with. I'm the king now.
T'Challa spares Killmonger's life, Black Panther. In his first showing, the young Prince T'Challa was a headstrong young man, naive to the wisdom to be a strong leader, and blinded by the revenge of his father, rushing into war without any thought put into his actions. As time passed by and the events in his life, he evolved into a strong leader, but also a true king, the one his father wanted him to be. And even though he did not agree with N'Jadaka's actions, he agreed with the sentiment behind them, and making a reality of his rival's actions at the time. He even took Killmonger to look over the rolling hills in Wakanda as part of his final wish, before Killmonger making the choice to face death instead of bondage. This is one of T'Challa's, Black Panther's character's defining moment, as one of the most poignant and important characters in the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this in the future.